Casino Royale by Ian Fleming, the unedited version. Casino Royale introduces the world to James Bond, the simultaneously best yet worst secret agent the world has ever known. Bond is tasked with bankrupting Le Chiffre, a banker for the Russian organization Smersh, at a high-stakes baccarat game at the Casino Royale in Royale-les-Eaux. Those words, high-stakes baccarat game, should be enough to strike dread into anyone. Ian Fleming loved writing about card games, and in the 50s and 60s people seemed to lap it up. There were simpler times, I suppose. But this is where the first problem of this book rears its head. For me, this story has lots of filler. Dare I say it, it's dull. I've listened to all of Fleming's books before, and now I'm revisiting them with these new Audible-only versions, and I'd forgotten just how dull this book can be. Minute after minute of boring description of this card game. I suppose these gambling scenes are supposed to show that Bond can remain cool under pressure, but for me it's just boring. Generally, the pacing, particularly in the middle sections, can be slow. For example, there's minute after minute of meaningless dialogue between Bond and Matisse. The book does have some good moments, and perhaps it's the problem of it being the first book in this series, but it's not great. It's really not. This is also the book that introduces us to Bond's CIA counterpart, Felix Leiter, but it does not introduce us to his James Bond catchphrase, nor to martinis, however they may be prepared. Dan Stevens does a fairly decent job of narrating the book, better than other actors who dip their toes into the audiobook water. David Tennant and Toby Stephens, I'm looking at you. My only grumble is that when he's speaking as Matisse, he sounds exactly like René Artois from Allo Allo. I was waiting for him to say, "You stupid woman." But other than that, he's very pleasing to listen to. Would I listen to another Bond book? Yes. Would I listen to another book narrated by Dan Stevens? Probably. All in all, I'd give the book a 3 out of 5 and the narrator a 4 out of 5. This version of the recording is no longer available. A new edited version has been released with Richard Armitage as the narrator. I won't be going near that with a barge pole. Armitage has one of the dullest narrating voices I've ever listened to. Have you heard this or any other version of Casino Royale? Have you heard any of the other Bond books? What do you think about them being edited to remove some words that listeners today might find problematic? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe as I release a new review every week. Thanks for listening.